Hi everyone, welcome back to Data Science in Your Pocket. And today we are summarizing a trending paper by Tongyi Research Lab, that is Tongyi DeepResearch model that has been released, which has beaten all the open source model on agentic AI. So the paper name is Scaling Agents via Continual Pre-Training. The paper looks great and it introduces a new concept of how to train agentic LLMs. So we will be talking about that in this particular demonstration. So let's get started. So first of all, we'll try to understand what is a current problem existing with LLM. So if you take up a large language model, usually once you try to provide it with agentic capabilities, you try to fine tune it. Now, one problem that the authors of the paper have mentioned is that these LLMs are not built for taking action, and this is very correct. So this is a step that should have been taken while the pre-training part, but when you are fine tuning it, eventually they are not able to grasp that much of agentic capabilities as it should have, and hence there is a performance gap. Open source model lag behind closed source systems on agentic AI very clearly. Simultaneous learning, forced to develop new skills while being aligned at the same time. Optimization conflict. Hence, for a generic LLM to be converted to an agentic LLM, it's very difficult with the current existing pre-training and post-training analysis. The methodology that which we convert an LLM to agentic LLM. So now So now the team has introduced a new model, Agent Founder model, which is the core of Tongyi DeepResearch, which is trending everywhere on Hugging Face as well as on GitHub also, which is a 30 billion parameter deep research agentic LLM built on agentic CPT pipeline. So they have introduced a new concept called as continual pre-training that I'll be showing you, that we would be discussing in this particular video, which has two parts. One is fast, other is has, which is a two-stage training strategy between pre-training and fine-tuning, which helps the model to gain agentic capabilities better. So this is that agentic training pipeline the team is introducing. So previously in a standard pipeline, you have pre-training followed by post-training, that is fine-tuning, to fine-tune it on agentic behavior. Now in the enhanced pipeline, we have pre-training, agentic CPT, and then post-training. So this agentic CPT has two stages. One is stage 1, 200 million tokens, 32k context, while stage 2 has 100 billion tokens and 128k context. The context has been increased. So we'll be talking about this agentic CPT portion and what are the two stages in this particular short video. So the first stage is first order action synthesis. No supervisory signals required. Planning synthesis, reasoning synthesis, and knowledge to question transformation happens here. So let me give you a very simple example what is happening here. So once you ask it a question, for example, when is the Wimbledon played? So, in first order action synthesis training, what will happen? You will train the model not to take action but to plan actions. So, like an agent. So, if the same question goes to an agent, like when the Wimbledon is played, it will do like this: search from the internet, Wimbledon, browse these pages, XYZ, right? In case of first order synthesis, what we are doing very similar, but just creating the plan. We are not doing anything else. What is the shortest plan to create by what the agent would have created to reach to the final answer? The next step is higher order action synthesis. This is a little different. So in this case, hash trajectory transformation. In case of the first one, fast, we were coming up with the most optimal reasoning, the most optimal steps that an agent would have taken. Here we would be exploring all the options on those agents. So basically the first question, for example, if when is the Wimbledon played, here the first step would be search for Wimbledon information. Now in case of hash, it can be search for different types of tennis, search for why clay court exists. So it can be many questions related to Wimbledon, and then eventually you'll be coming out shortly, like converging to a the base question that you should be choosing. So fast is more towards going cheap, getting to the getting to a baseline answer, while has explores how the model should think in terms of agent, what are different steps it should take. So these are the two steps. I'm not jumping into much detail. else it will become very, very complicated. It's a multi-decision action synthesis, step level scaling for trajectory expansion, branching decision space that I was saying, that for each question, each step that an agent would have taken, it comes up with multiple options. Now you decide. So here you can see that multiple candidate options. OpenAI leadership 2025. Who leads OpenAI? Sam Altman, CEO, OpenAI 2025. If a question comes around, search for OpenAI CEO. So HAS is more towards exploring different actions that can be taken, while FAS is getting to a baseline option, baseline steps. Two-stage training strategy as mentioned. In the first stage, it is fast data and short has data is also included, while in case of second stage, which is advanced training, high quality has data is used. Experimental setup, I think this is the data, agentic CPT data, post training, the web crawl, tool records, etc. Multiple things are mentioned that we would be skipping for now. But we need to understand the agentic CPT pipeline that I discussed. That is the core of the paper, that including FAS and HAS strategies for agentic CPT pipeline training. This is the performance that we have got. I think already we have covered it in Tongyi research video also, that the model has seen some great performance improving on open source. I think it's the best open source agentic LLM so far. And it is also meeting out the performance with other closed source models as well. It's very close to that too. So, what are the key findings on the particular research paper? Agentic foundation models. Agentic CPT effectively builds powerful foundational models, state of the art performance. Superior scaling efficiencies also has been seen. Tool use capabilities comes up, and future potential. So, this idea of including agentic CPT, that is continual pre training pipeline, is great. And to convert an LLM from an agentic LLM, I think this can be your go to solution for training. So, with this, we wrap this up. I hope you understood the summary of the paper. And if you get a chance, do read it. It's trending everywhere. It's very important. Thank you so much.